Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? Oh my God. Listen, this is episode number 3. And today we are hosting a guest all the way from Jamaica. I'm going to call this lady in a bit. I'm not sure if she wants to be anonymous or she wants to talk to everyone. Just be transparent, just be authentic. So I'm going to call this lady right now. Already.
Yes, I am.
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. This is awesome. Listen, you are my first guest on the new podcast, and this is amazing.
Of course.
Hey, listen, a lot of people, say, hey, I want to be on your podcast. And then when you tell them, let's schedule a date, they will say, I'm busy nowadays. I'll call you.
Oh.
You are the first one who did not hesitate, who took the challenge.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
All right. So listen, my first question is, do you want to be anonymous or do you want to have a fake name or how do you want to go about it?
Oh, it really doesn't matter. Transparency is key.
All right. So listen, this is a new podcast. It's called School of Nurse Entrepreneurship. What basically I'm trying to do, I'm trying to teach nurses how to make money out of like a side hustle or out of nursing or their knowledge in nursing.
Okay.
All right. And this is why I created this new platform, a podcast, a YouTube channel, a Facebook group, Facebook page, and Instagram, and what else? And a website, just to make sure that the brand is everywhere. All right. So let's tell everyone. So this is not live. This is recorded, so we can edit it, later in post-production.
Sure.
So just introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're calling from, or where are you from, and what are your 1 year or 2 year goals towards the American journey or whatever the case might be.
Okay. So my name is Amanda, and I'm from Jamaica. Right.
Awesome. Hey, so, I have a lot of audience from Jamaica, and my apologies because I forgot to make that WhatsApp group. But as soon as this podcast goes live, I will have the WhatsApp group created, and then I'm gonna post it in the description box. So make sure everyone who's listening to this podcast to go to the description box and join the podcast, my Jamaican squad. I love them. So okay. So you said Amanda, and you're from Jamaica.
Yeah.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, I graduated 2016 in November, and I graduated from the University of Technology, Caribbean School of Nursing. That's also in Jamaica.
Awesome.
So about 2 years now, right?
Wow. And are you on your American journey?
Actually, yes. I have the NCLEX next weekend.
Oh, that's yeah. You told me about that. That's awesome. And you are sitting for your NCLEX in the United States, right?
Right, in Florida, Jacksonville.
That's awesome. You know what? I will be in Miami for a conference on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of February. And I might go to the Avant headquarters. But you're not Avant, right?
No, I'm MedPro.
And how do you think of MedPro?
Actually, they're great. They're actually very great. They help you along the way. So when I just started, I did a formal interview over the phone with them, which was scheduled. Mm-hmm. And after that, they sent me a contract. So I was given 1 month to review the contract, review the terms and policies, and then I was slated for another interview to see whether or not I agree to the terms, if I have any questions or anything like that. I signed my contract and I began the paperwork in terms of my transcript, my license, and all of those things to send overseas to them.
Uh-huh.
After that was completed, I started the classes. They have online classes that we attend
Yeah.
geared towards preparation for the NCLEX, and
Uh-huh.
that took actually 4 to 6 months preparation
Yeah.
from the time that from CGFNS onwards.
Yeah.
Now my CGFNS was it was a bit it was very long because the school actually made a mistake in the transcript, so I had to do the transcript
It always
four
happens. I know.
times.
Yeah.
4 times I had to do that
Oh,
over.
4 times. That
So
that sucks.
4 times,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
So and I have to pay for it each time, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that was a bit
Oh,
stressing.
okay. Since you
But
so
yeah,
since you brought the subject up, so what do they pay? Like, what do they sponsor? Do they sponsor your NCLEX, your travels, your CES report? What do they sponsor?
yes, all of that was sponsored. The only thing I paid for on in the journey thus far was just to prepare my documents to mail over to them. That's the only thing I have
Oh,
paid for so far.
got you. And who paid for the CES report? You said you did it 4 times.
Yeah, in terms of the transcript aspect from sending the transcript here, I
Oh,
had to
got you.
pay for that. However,
Yeah, yeah. Like the express, the
after
mail.
yeah, but after I told them that this was what was happening, because someone actually touched base with me to say, "Hey, what's going on?" And I spoke to them about it. They could have actually helped if initially I had reached out to them to say, "Hey, I've been having an issue, and this is what has been going on," but I didn't initially, so that's why I didn't receive more help
Yeah,
than
yeah.
I. Yeah,
Yeah. So now you are sitting for. Have you done your IELTS exam?
not yet.
Not
So
yet.
usually, yeah, usually it's after the NCLEX that MedPro goes ahead to say, "Hey, it's time to do your IELTS."
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
listen. So how did you apply for MetPro? Do they have like
So
online?
yeah, they have online where you can go on their website just like well I was actually researching from a nursing school. Um Originally I started to inquire about O'Grady because they were the first generation, so they were the ones there at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
But by listening to other nurses, as I'm exposed to the clinical areas and stuff like that, there was actually a recruitment seminar here in Jamaica,
Wow.
and I attended. Right, I attended.
Uh-huh.
So it was from there that I had so many information about MedPro. So I decided, hey, being that I actually went to their
Uh-huh.
seminar, I'm just gonna go ahead and try them out.
Got
So
you.
that's how I started with them, and my name was written down from the actual seminar.
Yeah.
And I was still in school, so the lady said to me, "Hey, as soon as you're finished with school, just give us a call or an email, and hey, we'll start your process." And that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what happened. It
Wow.
started.
So how long after you finished, after you graduated from nursing school, did you start your process?
Okay, so I started up 1 year after. 1 year after I actually started, because
Awesome.
after I finished nursing school,
Yeah.
I I worked first because initially the information presented at the seminar was that you needed 2 years experience.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is why. However, they were having I think they were having some, like they were saying, okay, nurses, you no longer need 2 years. It was this major promotion campaign that I was updated to
Yeah.
afterwards that said, hey, I'm going to try this, because by the time you go through all the processes, I
Yeah.
would have actually completed 2 years experience
Yeah,
or
yeah.
even more.
Yeah, yeah, correct,
Right.
correct. Yeah, yeah. So listen, the purpose of
Yes.
this interview is because I made a video and I said, dude, why you guys do not help each other to get to the same goal? Like, there's
Right.
space for everyone. And I was literally
Yes.
surprised, when a lot of people from Africa, not Jamaica actually, but from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Let me see, and from the Middle East, from Jordan. A lot of people reach out to me, and I say, hey, listen, do you want me to put you in contact with someone from your country to figure out how to apply for the CES report? Because there's a documentation that has to do with college, with the Ministry of Health and stuff like that.
Right.
And the dudes would tell me, no, please, if you can help us, but I don't want anyone from my own country to help me. And I was so surprised.
Yeah.
That's why I made that video. And let's touch on that topic a little bit. So do you know anyone who is on their American journey now, currently are living in Jamaica, like in your area?
Actually, I knew a few from my workplace, actually, that have already completed their NCLEX, that have already, basically, they're only waiting to be deployed. That's what they're actually waiting on.
That's awesome.
They've done their IELTS, everything.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, she was very open. She was very honest. She was very helpful. She told me what to do. Because basically she adopted me as like a big sister day.
That is
right.
awesome.
So she really helped.
You know,
she really did. And
if I was back home and someone else was on the same journey and I was like steps ahead, I would take him under my wing and I'll show them the way. Exactly what your friend did.
Right. And even now, I do the same. So if it is that I hear, for example, where I am now, I'm surrounded by many new nurses. So they do ask me a lot of questions, being that I'm not new.
Yeah.
Right. So they do ask me a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And I do impart knowledge on them to say, okay, hey, it's okay to get your experience. It's okay to learn, and it's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. But they do have an interest in programs available for living. What I do is I would usually show them your video.
Yeah.
I usually show them a video from you, and I let them know, hey, he went with Avance, right? I'm going with MedPro, and I send them the webpage to MedPro. I take it a step further by letting them know, okay, I can give you a list of all the companies that I know that does the immigration thing for you, and you can do your research and choose. I give them that opportunity. Yeah. I also let them know, hey, you can watch his videos. He's very good. He'll tell you everything from start to finish. He's very transparent. And after watching one of your videos, they usually are hooked on you to come to me the next day to say, girl, I loved him. He was good. And,
And thank you for that. Listen, honestly, from the deepest place of my heart, thank you for that. I always tell people, like, every comment that is on my videos, I reply to it. And then I tell people, please share my videos with your RN friends, because your word of mouth is my oxygen. And literally, I'm not looking at, like when you get into the business and social media, that the amount of money that YouTube pays you for making content, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. So it's like pennies. But when what I want from YouTube is to reach every single nurse overseas who wants to make something from their life, because I say that license that you have, that nursing license, is a gold mine. You can go anywhere with that license. And I would like to advocate for that, inspire them, motivate them, and show them the way of how to make a better future. Because listen, I was back home. I was living in an unfurnished apartment, living off the floor, depressed. I was looking for someone online to give me hope, and I couldn't find anyone. I even talked to American nurses, but comments, sent emails, no one replied to me. So I said to myself, if I make it and go to the United States, I'm going to be that person online who's going to give hope, inspiration, and people can find to ask questions, and I'm going to reply to every single comment. And that's what I've been doing for the past 18 months.
That is so correct. Yeah. There's a feature on MidPro as well on their website that you have refer a friend.
Yeah.
So you fill out the information with the friend's name, email address, and phone number, and they will be emailed either right away within 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
I have done that for the nurses as well that inquire about those things. I just say, okay, I'll send you the link, as well as I'm going to do one thing for you,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put your name down so you can get a step
Yeah.
ahead. And actually, a nurse came up to me today to say, hey, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for doing that for me,
Yeah.
because now she's starting her process. So she already signed her contract and
Yeah.
she's going to go ahead and go with it. So I'm like,
Listen,
good job.
that's the best feeling in the world, and you and that person are friends forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
funny enough, I knew her from high school.
Yeah.
So to see her now
Oh
in
yeah.
the same place, it's very good. It's a
Yeah.
good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a really good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to touch on the subject before moving on to another one. You know, you talked about the referral to like Avant or MedPro. Avant also have a referral program, and if you refer a friend and they successfully sign up, you'll get a referral fee, right? So if you
Oh,
referred someone to Avant and then they successfully signed up and they did the
yeah.
process, you get $500. And if you,
Oh, wow.
yeah, 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 but let me tell you the trick. But if you refer someone who already has NCLEX, you get $1,000, right? But
Wow.
here's the trick. So you only get your referral fee when that person makes it to the United States and actually works 60 days on the job. And that's the time.
Oh,
And that's the time when you make your referral fee money. All right. So
oh, yeah.
when I first came to the United States, I was authentic about it. I was transparent. Like I was referring people because I want them to have a better life. And people start asking me, "Hey,
Right,
what do you make from referring me?" And I started telling
right,
people like, "This is what Avant says, but I only get paid after you finish your process, which might be like 2 years or 2.5 years." And then
right.
they start frowning about it. And then I said, "Dude, what the hell are you talking about?" And then I started referring people without telling them to put my name so that they won't know that there is a referral or
Right.
whatever, because the money is good, definitely, but it comes
Yeah,
later. So that's a long-term investment. But someone
that's
looking
true.
down at me and saying, "Hey, you put me with Avant, I could have gone with MedPro or this or that," you know, and they
Yeah,
accuse me that I refer them because I want to make money on the long term. And I say, dude, like, grow up, grow up. So listen,
yeah.
so listen, so so the topic of the video that I posted on YouTube, do you feel that way? Do you feel that you cannot tell the people around you that you are immigrating to the United States, or you're thinking about it?
Honestly, in Jamaica, oh my God,
Yeah,
if you ever, and I'm gonna speak Jamaican right now,
yeah,
if you ever make a mistake and make somebody on your ward, like a tenured nurse or somebody,
uh-huh,
especially the supervisor, which we call sisters out here,
yeah,
no say you got firing. One, you're not getting no overtime. So they reduce your overtime.
wow,
Two, you're treated differently because the least good thing, they're like, oh, a trusha got firing. Oh, a trusha got firing. So it's like there's some form of scrutiny, so surrounded by the fact that you want to better yourself and you want to better your life.
yeah,
And we have something in Jamaica called bad mind. It's very active out here, especially in the nursing field. When I was in nursing school, I had a lecturer that kept on saying, ladies, just be careful because nursing is the only profession that eats their young.
yeah,
And to be quite honest, I'm young in nursing,
yeah,
and as I'm young in nursing, and I have faced so many difficulties that I did not need to face
correct,
just because I am a younger nurse or I'm a newer nurse or I am a degreed nurse.
yeah,
Because in Jamaica they had a certificate program before, so the older nurses would have belonged to the certificate program group.
yeah,
So it's just now that we're introducing like degree nurses about 5 years now. We
yeah,
have degreed nurses and stuff like that. So when we go to the hospitals
uh-huh,
and we're imparting knowledge or we're doing things differently from the older nurses, they're like, these degree nurses, I don't know where they do nursing, where they learn it
yeah,
from,
yeah,
and
yeah,
so it's always a struggle and it's always a fight. You have colleagues that will tell your supervisor that hey, when she gets night shifts, what she does is study after she receives her patients. They will literally throw you under the bus and make your life living hell just because they know that, listen, she won't be here in the next year, she won't be here 2 years time.
Yeah.
Some hospitals are very hesitant to hire because they're like, we're gonna hire you now and then you're gonna leave. So what they did in Jamaica was to come up with a strategy that nurses are no longer permanent. They are contract workers. So if you should leave the job or resign to go overseas tomorrow, it does not affect them monetarily because they did not spend the money on you and then you leave. And that is why you have a lot of nurses now, they don't want to do any courses here.
Yeah.
So when it's time for you to go ahead and go off and do midwifery, ICU, things like that, you don't want to do it. And if they find out that you're gonna leave, they're not gonna allow you to do it because then they would have to bond you for 3 or more years to the system here. And if they're doing that, there's no way you can leave because they will lose. So you find that nurses usually don't take that training. So we're seen as, oh, she won't list because she come and she's here 3 years and she don't interested in moving up here. All she wants to do is to go to foreign. But they're not understanding at the end of the day, to be quite honest, when I go home after a hard day's work, especially if I had to stand all 8 hours, because we have a policy here in Jamaica, they don't like to see nurses sitting. Okay, so we are always usually standing by the patient's bedside to receive them or something of that sort. Standing, walking back and forth and things like that. So things like that, when I look at my paycheck at the end of the month, remember, I'm not from a rich family, right? Yeah. I'm not particularly poor. Yeah. But in order for me to have gone to nursing school, I had to take student loans, right? Yeah. I have student loans to pay back. I maintain my own household. I don't live with my family anymore. I live by myself. So I have my rent, my bills like everybody else, and I have to go back to work. Yeah. So in a case like that then, and I'm seeing that for pay, that is really depressing. My first paycheck was very depressing. Yeah. What I did with it was to go up to student loan and I gave them basically all of it. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be in debt. I don't want anybody calling me every minute. I don't want them calling my parents to stress them out. So because things like those are reasons why Jamaican nurses in particular run to the United States, because things that they're giving you just to sign up with them, you'd have to work here all 15, 20 years and never achieve it. And that is really backwards. And when we are like rallying that, hey, this is what we want, this is what we need, our government is going to tell us that, hey, you guys can go if you want to go. Yeah. Nurses are dime a dozen now. So we can import nurses. That is what our health minister is telling us. Yeah. So I personally have no remorse in leaving. I have no remorse. I have to look out for myself and my family.
Of course, you shouldn't. Listen, I'm an immigrant as well, but if my country provided me with half what the United States provide me, then I wouldn't leave my country. So
exactly. I'm
not just talking in terms of like nursing and the profession, but I'm talking in general, like human rights, politics, systems in place. Like we don't have addresses back home. Can you believe that?
Wow.
We don't have online shopping. Like if you order something from Amazon, which is very rare, if you order something from Amazon and you want it to be delivered, to your house, you cannot. It won't reach your house. So what you do is you deliver it to your workplace. And that's what happened with our documents, like with our immigration documents. When we want to like send or receive documents from like the state where you're applying for license or CGFNS or whatever the case might be, you have to put the address of the hospital. And, everyone would know, oh, you're getting a mail from the United States and, oh, you're thinking about leaving.
Oh my
but listen,
gosh.
I don't blame you. You know what you're talking about, these senior nurses and like novice nurses, we have the same problems back home. We have the bachelor degrees, the RNs, and when we used to go and do training in hospitals, the same thing they used to tell us, hey, what's your degree doing for you? You don't know how to do this, or you don't know how to insert the peripheral IV or this or that. But hey, listen, everyone got to learn from somewhere. And I graduated 12 years ago, right? But I'm telling you, it's the same mentality. It's still the same mentality. And the only people who leave the country are the people who are dreamers. I call myself a professional dreamer. People who are
Yeah.
dreamers and they think big and they want to make something out of their life, not just for themselves, but if they're married or if they have children or they have parents, for their inner circle, they want to make a better future for them. Even though, a lot of people think when a nurse comes to the United States, they make tons of money, and that's not the case, right? You
Right.
can barely make your bills. So for
Right.
me, I'm open about my pay, right?
Yeah.
I tell people I get paid $24 an hour. I'm on a
Yeah.
contract for 2 years, and
Yeah.
I make $50,000 a year, but
Yeah.
I live comfortably, but I cannot go out on the weekends and watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
I can't spend money on what do you call it, leisure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leisure time
yeah.
activities.
So I don't do that for the first year. I didn't do that until my wife started working, and then until I started my business, and then
Yeah.
now I make 1,500, 200. I mean, 1,500 to $2,000 a
Wow.
day, and that's what I want to teach people. And I've been in the United States for 18 months, and I want to teach people how to make the same amount of money. It's easy.
Right.
You just need to work. You just need to have the knowledge and to work for it. The first $20,000 that I made from my business, I invested in my knowledge. I spent
Right.
$20,000 on mentors to learn how business works in the United States, how advertisement works, how Facebook ads, YouTube ads, all those kind of stuff. Starting this
Yeah.
podcast, I had to take a course to know how to start a podcast. What are the equipment
Right.
to buy? So I always say,
Right.
hey, listen, hire mentors to teach you how to do it the right way instead of you trying to figuring it out on
That is
your own.
that is true.
So
Because usually it take a longer time to figure it out.
100%. Listen, and I'm so happy that that you are my first guest and you're from Jamaica, and I want to tell you about a business opportunity that
Okay. Sure.
one and you know that girl, Keisha, right?
Yes,
So
I know
Keisha,
Keisha.
listen, Keisha, I love her to death, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna like talk about whatever her situation is, but you know that she
Right.
she started a YouTube channel.
Oh yes, she was. Remember, I remembered in her interview with you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
She had said that she's trying to do something to help nurses here.
yes,
To
yes,
Yeah,
and
she
she,
did,
she
but
and
I didn't know that
she
it started.
was so motivated to help nurses in Jamaica to figure out not just how to immigrate to the United States, but also to figure out like how to deal with like electricity and water bills like in Jamaica, because she had some
Yeah,
issues where like the government tried to like take her money, but she got her money back or
yeah,
whatever the case might be. And then she made a couple of videos talking about like your spouse, when your spouse come to the United States, how to find job opportunities for your spouse, what are
right.
the community colleges that you can learn certain like skills for free, like a medical assistant or certified nurse assistant or something like that. And she made a
Yeah,
couple of videos, and then she stopped making videos, uh
yeah,
and I guess she stopped making videos for some reason, but she had that thing inside of her that she wanted to make do something to help others, and
right.
me and her were discussing some business idea about like juices or whatever, like imported from a certain fruit in Jamaica coming here. And then when people don't act on ideas right away, then those ideas vanish.
That's
All
true.
right,
That's usually
but let me tell you about the business deal, the business idea that I talked to her about. I told her, hey, Keisha, listen, and I told this to 6 different nurses from 6 different countries, right?
yeah,
I said, hey, I wrote an outline of
yeah,
topics, 12 chapters of an ebook. And like the first chapter is, how did you learn about like the American dream? Why do you want, like, when did your American dream start? I should have those
Yeah.
questions in front of me. But anyways, so why are you immigrating to the United States? And then the second question, like, when did you start nursing school? When did you finish
Yeah.
nursing school? Where did you apply for like MedPro, for example? How did
Yeah.
you go over like your CES report? How did you apply for it? What are the documents? So like
Yeah.
your journey, all your American journey until you made it to the United States, I put it in 12 chapters of questions. So, and I told her, hey, Keisha, for example, hey, Keisha, there is an app where you don't have to write the ebook. There is an app where you dictate what you're saying, right? So
Wow.
I start
Yeah.
talking. So I read the question and then I start talking to my phone, and my phone start transcribing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And literally, you can write an ebook of 40, 50 pages in like 2 hours, where you are just telling stories to your phone and your phone is writing them.
Right.
Yeah. So I told her, listen, I gave her the questions. I told her, listen, talk to your phone, record, your story, and then I will write. I will put the ebook in like in like, I will design it. I will proofread
Yeah.
it, and then I will like design the photos. Maybe we'll have a photo shoot, and then I will publish it on my social media, and then we'll see what happens. And I'll give you $1,000 if you do it.
Yeah.
It took her 4 months, and she didn't do it. And you know what I did? I went to
Mm.
the next Filipino nurse, and I told her, hey, listen, you've been on this project for 14 months. Can I interview you on a video camera for like an hour
Yeah.
and a half, and ask you those questions and you answer them, and I'll write the ebook? She said, yes, totally. I said, but I'm not gonna give you $1,000 because I'm gonna do all the work. I'm gonna give you $300. She said,
Yeah.
yes. So I went to Starbucks, me and her, and I did what I told her I'm gonna do, and then it took me 3 days, 15 to 18 hours of work at home, transcribing it,
Yeah.
designing it, building a website page, making the videos. 3 days of 15 to 18 hours a day. And then I published it on my social media. You know how many copies I sold the first day?
How much?
7 copies. I priced it
Oh.
at 18.99. So 7 copies is nothing. That was not
Yeah.
what my expectation, because I had at that time like 5,000 subscribers. You know
Right.
how many copies I sold the second day?
How much?
0 copies. So I got depressed. I said, oh my God, this business idea is not working. I already paid the lady $300. What I'm going to do? So you know what I did?
Yeah.
I went to Instagram. I put the 3D picture of the book on Instagram. And then I ran an Instagram ad against it for $30, $5 a day. You know how many copies I sold the first day?
How much?
And my target was Philippines. So I targeted
Yeah.
Philippines and Saudi Arabia because the book is about a Filipino nurse that made it to the United States. So
Right.
the
So they
first
could really.
so the first day I sold 90 copies, 90.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. The first day I sold 42 copies. The second day I sold 90 copies. You know how much I
Okay.
made in 6 days?
Uh,
$11,000.
Wow.
So what I told Keisha, my initial deal was, listen, I'll give you $1,000 and then I make $1,000, and then everything after that is 50-50.
It's yours, right? Or 50-50,
Yeah,
right?
50-50 for life. Now I sell a day I sell 1 to 2 copies, and I'm not even marketing it.
Wow.
And that's what I tell people.
Yeah.
That's what I want to teach people. I want to teach people the beauty about making money online. It's so easy when you put in the work. So I put in the work for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
And then I made that amount of money. You just need to know the right channels, how to build a website,
That's
how to make a video, how to write an ebook. So if you build the foundation and you put your your product out there online, it will make money forever. So you do the work only one time and one time only. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you come to the United States, if you write a book about your story and your struggles along the way, how many people do you think from Jamaica are interested to purchase that book for $20?
Well, the thing that I've learned with Jamaicans is if they can get it free, they will. So,
You,
in
you
terms of them purchasing the book,
yeah.
I'm not sure if they. I can't give a definite yes to say they will purchase the book. You have some persons who will definitely do that. I do believe,
Listen,
especially being yeah.
would you buy a $20 book about some other Jamaican nurse who already made it to the
Yes,
United
I
States?
would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
because I think the information is worth it, so I would.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone would. Trust me. I've tested it.
Oh,
Everyone would. Even if they are not interested, just the curiosity, you know,
right.
they would invest $20 to have the knowledge. So
Oh,
so basically, I only did one book, which is with the Filipino nurse, and I've got a Nigerian nurse. I've got a Keisha from Jamaica. I've got a nurse from Jordan who didn't pull it off. Like a lot of people, they say, "Oh, I want to make money," but they are not willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So my advice when you come to the United States, try to think of a business idea that would work online. It could be a physical product, or it could be, something you're skilled at. You have a talent at, maybe like making like fashion or makeup, or a certain skill that you have. Whatever it is, you make a course
Yeah.
teaching it, and then you put it online, and you can sell it for life. And
Yeah.
it all starts with one course. I have 13 products online, and that's why I make
13.
13 products, correct.
Oh,
And
okay.
I've been working my ass off since I came to the United States. Yeah. So it all starts with one product, and then you build from there. And in this era, social media and the internet are the keys to every successful business. Any business
Yeah.
who are in retail, like they have a store and they sell product in a store, and they don't have a social media platform, their business will close in the next 3 to 5 years.
That's true
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
seeing that now.
yeah, yeah.
I
The
am seeing that
the
here
only
now.
businesses that gonna succeed in the United States in the near future are businesses that build their products on technology, or businesses that are making technology.
That is true.
And everything's going to be online, with Alexa, with Google Home, with Amazon. Everything's going to be
Yeah.
online. Yeah. So what I will tell you, do you want to live comfortably when they come to the United States? The answer is
Yes,
yes.
definitely.
Opportunities are all over the place. When I first came to the United States, a friend of mine in Michigan, he's in real estate, like he's a millionaire. He's 39 years old. And he told me,
Wow.
and when I first came to the United States, he gave me a call. His name's Shadi. He gave me a call. He said, Mo, you're brilliant. You're motivated. You inspire people. I want you to keep your eyes open. If you have, if any business idea cross your way, I want you to give me a call. I will fly to you. He's in Michigan. So he said he will
Yes,
fly to Illinois, and then he will discuss that business idea with me. And if there is an opportunity to start a business, he said he's willing to invest and then start that business. But when he told me that, I was new here. I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, Shadi, come on, like what, like keep your eyes open. Business
yeah.
ideas, like I don't know what business ideas look like. I don't know if
Yeah,
if this is a
exactly.
business idea or not. Like I don't know what you're talking about. But he said, listen, it will come to you. Don't rush it. But you will know. As soon as you think that there is an opportunity somewhere, just give me a call. You know? And that's what I tell
Yeah.
people. Like literally, just see what I'm doing. See what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm making a lot of money. And on this new school School of Nurse Entrepreneurship. I'll be, I don't mind sharing my, like bank accounts, show you how much I made in November, how much I made in December, sharing numbers. I don't mind doing that because I want people to know, like, literally, I'm here to help people. I want them to know that there is real money that you can make in the United States, and don't just think of coming to the States, working in nursing, and then thinking of a master's degree, and getting student loans
Yeah,
and overwhelm yourself with bills. Don't do that. So,
exactly.
so, so I would love. I mean, how long have you been an Alpha Slice subscriber?
Hmm. From your very first video I
Yeah,
saw,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
about, call it about 2 years now, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So since the first
Yeah,
beginning. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So listen, and how you've seen the journey so far, like from when first I came to the United States, the quality of videos that I was making, the life that I was living, and right now. Did you enjoy the journey? Like, did you enjoy following the journey?
You have grown exceptionally. That's all I can say. Like, I applaud you. I cry with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I am here with you. Like, I'm watching your journey is like I know you personally. Like, I know you
yeah,
from
yeah,
your journey. And I can say, hey, I have a friend that went through that same thing and this is what he did.
yeah,
And
yeah,
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 I can definitely,
and,
definitely say that. And you have come a long way and
oh
I'm very
yeah,
proud of you.
oh yes, oh
I
yes.
am.
And listen, I'm
I
gonna
am.
I'm gonna build an empire for international nurses, nursing in general, right? Even nurses in the United States, but I'm gonna build an empire. I'm gonna build a community, a home for every international nurse to feel that they belong somewhere. They belong to something,
Yeah,
and that's
I
why.
don't think I'm going to be homesick. That's all. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
don't think I'll be homesick. I don't,
yeah, and that's
for real,
why.
because that was one of my concerns.
And that's why I'm I'm creating those WhatsApp groups, because I want people who are like-minded. So you're Jamaican. If there is a Jamaican nurse who already made it here in the United States, and I know a lot, with my batch and people who are on
Yeah,
my Facebook group who are Jamaicans and they are already here in the United States, I want them to join those WhatsApp groups and try to inspire and motivate others. Hey, listen, I made it. You can make it. If you have a question about insurance, for example, if you have a question about a like a house rent or a lease, or if you want to purchase a car, if you're confused about anything, I want that community to be there to share share their experiences and give a genuine advice.
right.
Yeah, because literally it's not worth it. Like we are living in like in a world where like people should help each other. You like there's place for everyone, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like there's place for everyone, and don't feel that you need to protect yourself from your homie. Like I don't feel that I need to protect myself from my fellow Lebanese nurse or Lebanese in general. I don't care. Like if you are on the same mentality as I am, so it doesn't matter if you're Lebanese, or if you're Jamaican, if you're Kenyan, if you're whatever the case might be. I don't care if we have the same mindset. We're brothers. We're sisters. We are in that community where we can take care of each other and give each other advice.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to build, and I'm so happy that you are part of this community. And I'm gonna create this WhatsApp group, put you first on it, and then we'll invite others. I still did not post it, post the WhatsApp groups on my social media. It's just in one video. But
Yeah.
the Kenyan group are very active. The Nigerian group are very active. And if you feel, and everyone, I'm talking to everyone, if you feel that you can, that there is some other person in your home country who has the same mentality, and you want to share that link of the group with them, to invite them to
Yeah,
the group, then by all means do that. And I'll be monitoring,
definitely.
all groups. If someone is, acting out, or, being negative on the group, of course, I'm going to take them out and remove them, because there's no place here for negativity or people who want to cause problems, or, like, what's the word? What's the word? Oh
Like
my God.
mischievous.
Yeah, like put people down, like like
Right.
be like superior to other people, on the group or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think this will be amazing, and I mean, and I will start making people admins on those groups so that they can take care of the groups. Some people that I trust that have been following up on the journey, that they can be
Yeah.
admins to the group and try to moderate them and provide value to others.
Yeah,
So
well, definitely. I think that's a good idea.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So listen, we've been talking for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to, like, any word you want to put it out there to the Jamaican people in the United States?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, just don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to help someone. I mean, each one help one, right?
Yeah.
There's no I in team, and teamwork make the dream work. All right, that's my motto for my shift. So whenever I go to work and I see, oh my God, we gonna die today,
Yeah.
and we only have like 3 RNs, I'm like, okay, guys, let's look here.
Yeah, yeah.
Nursing care continues, and teamwork make the dream work.
Uh,
And at the end of the day, we are surprised to see how much we actually accomplish.
yeah. 100%,
Yeah,
100%. Listen, I've been there. We've been short on shifts, and we tell each other, like, we need to work as a team to make this a successful shift. We don't want to
right.
overwhelm a nurse with a lot of high acuity patients, and then I'm sitting all
That's
day,
it.
or I'm trying to make myself busy so that I don't look bad. But yeah, there's no
That's
I in a team. And I would encourage every nurse in the United States, every international nurse in the United States who made it, to reach out to nurses from other countries. It doesn't have to be just your own country, but from other countries. And if you can help with one advice or one direction, or like referring someone to an agency that would, or sharing your experience, like I had a good experience with Avant or MedPro or this and that, just share your
yeah,
knowledge. That would be amazing.
that is true.
All right, listen, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being my first guest. It has been a pleasure, and I would love to have you in the future when you're closer to, like, um to fly here to the United States.
Definitely,
And
no
I
problem.
and
And thank you so much
yeah,
for being such a good person and such an inspiration.
awesome, awesome. And I'll be following up on your NCLEX. I wish you all the luck. Study well. Don't underestimate it. Like I tell my students, sprint. Like it is a marathon. Like the NCLEX, it is a marathon. If you study for like four
Yeah,
weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, this is a marathon. But at the end of it, you have to sprint all the way. You have to sprint all the way to the end. Don't like hit the brakes. So keep on
yeah.
studying, keep solving questions, and you will make it definitely.
Thank you,
All
Mo.
right, you're very welcome. All right, until next time, guys. Love your faces, and don't forget to be an entrepreneur. So this this has been amazing. Maybe the talk was all over the place, but I love it. And hey, like, keep in mind that me being a podcaster and interviewing people, this is new to me. So with every podcast, I learn new stuff, and I'm trying to improve, to provide you value, ask the right questions, give the right ideas. But basically, everything you're going to hear on this podcast is going to be 100% true, 100% transparent, because all I want to do is provide you value. So it could be a free value or a paid value in the future, but we all agree that I'm here to provide you value. I want what's best for you, and I want you to succeed in your journey in the United States and be one of the best, not one of the few. Till next time, don't forget to be an entrepreneur.
I'll try so hard to fade away.